Hey Laura, how you doing? Um, so this is really bothering me. This is awesome. Sorry about that. This is awesome. This is really awesome. I'm glad you chose to present it in this issue format. And I agree, it does look better, and it looks better for a couple of reasons because the pages are really doctored in a way that they're really got a lot of effect over them, making them look like glossy. I'm giving them some dimension. So yeah, they're going to add a little bit of substance to the page. And that's cool. I'm fine with it. I think it looks great too. But I want to talk a little bit about the presentation itself, and I'm just going to give you my ideas as we go through the presentation. The cover looks good. I'm a little concerned about this whole treatment here. This Winter Olympic type treatment. I think it's overdone. I would not use this type of ribbony um, decorative type um, as a principal design decision. Here it is, and we'll see that again. Um, here. So I'm questioning that. It's really difficult to read, and it's just super decorative, and I'm not feeling it. So then we go over here to the first spread, and we have this kind of layout fragmentation immediately that is kind of a little bit jarring. So this page over here is on a vertical orientation, and this page over here is on this slanted orientation. Or some of them we have horizontal, and then we have this kind of like 45-degree angle. And it's a little jarring. I think if you're going to set this up like this, I would go ahead and maybe not try to disrupt this page so much. That's page three. One, two, three. This page looks good, and what I'm seeing on this page is I'm really starting to see it. It's really super obvious that your type is enormous, just enormous. And also you're taking up the whole page. Character count probably in a situation like this, I wouldn't go more than um, I'm I mean 35 characters tops maybe, which means you'll have to consider a two-column type spread, maybe even three. Depends. Work on it, play with it. But this type is too big and it's too long by typographic terms. Same thing here. And then I'm seeing that you don't really have a grid set up because watch this margin here. Okay, see this margin right here? Watch it change. And here it's skinny here. It's much thinner here than it is here. So there's evidence there that you're not using a grid on your pages, which I highly recommend you do. It will really, really bring your pages together quite nicely. Okay, so then we have showing the logo behind this. I'm not real sure what is the reasoning for showing the logo behind this kind of like is it snowflakes? I'm not sure. Is there's probably not a reason. It's just really muddying up the logo. This could almost be considered like a what not to do with my logo. You know what I'm saying? And then over here, I would use the Olympic colors. And I understand apple tree. I get the whole thing, but I honestly think that for Winter Olympics, red is it's difficult. It's just going to be so hard to use. So again, I know I've been saying that for a while. I think red is the wrong color. So let's move forward. And now here's where I want to talk about. This is where I think we can really, really move this thing into the next realm of design. So you've got this, and you've got your ribbons. So obviously you're wanting to create with the ribbons, right? And that's awesome. I think you're creating the wrong way with the ribbons, though. I don't think you should be using the ribbons in your type, as I mentioned. I would use the ribbons as a way to design different pieces, different um, media pieces, different substrates, different signs, and banners, and um, uh, finish banners at the finish line of the ski slope, and the inside of the ice rink where they have the banners where they're playing hockey, and up on the top of the rafters where they have the banners hanging for the Olympics, and all of that can be created. You can create those kind of graphics with these kind of ribbons to really tie this whole package together. Do you see what I'm saying? So you would have this, you would be using this as your kind of like your sub design element. And then I would use it, if you're going to use it here, use it in your pictograms. You can't use it in one and not the rest. I mean, that's kind of a general unwritten rule of design anyways. You don't want to use something one time. So if you use it here, use it in your the rest of your pictograms, which we need to see more pictograms. I'd like to see more pictograms. I'd like to see more tickets. I'd like to see the back of the ticket, if possible, something like that. Maybe the cover of the brochure. So many different signage and all sorts of different things that you could show. And then I want you to show. And now we'll go back to this weird thing here. Like, I don't know what this is, this background. I think we saw it. We saw it over here. Is that the same background? I'm just not feeling it. I don't know where it came from. I'm not real sure. Um, and I think right here, I think you're just keying on apparel. I mean, you're just showing your logo placed on clothing. It's not really doing much for the presentation. I mean, show some, really tie this thing together. Tie your banner together with the tickets, with the program cover, and the traffic sign banners, and all the different graphics that come together to make these events more easy to navigate through. Try that instead of this typical putting them on our t-shirts, etc., etc. Okay, so that's where I'm at, Laura, and I, I really think this is a piece that's really, really well on its way to being a portfolio piece. But really consider what I'm saying. I really, really think it's going to help the presentation. Of course, it's your decision, but I'd like to see you consider my suggestions. Okay, thanks, Laura. Great job.